today we're going to take a look at a couple of tips and tricks for the Google Pixel 2 and just some nice features or cool things about the phone. So I'm saying one of the nice things is it does have this always on display. So when you have notifications, so right now it's in like low power mode. So that's the only notification that's new and present, so it shows up here. But if you have like say like some tweets, Instagram, the logo from the application, it'll just show up. And if you have multiple, they'll just kind of like overlay on top of each other. So this is a nice little feature if you just want to have your phone on your desk while you're working or while you're just chilling and you want to just glance over to see if you have any new notifications. Now, one of the nice things, if you want to quickly get into your camera, you just double tap on the power button. Power button is located on the right hand side of the phone above the volume rockers. And you also have this cool ability, you can just go like this and it's going to show you your front facing camera. Do that again and it's going to show you, switch back to your just regular camera. Now you also have this feature where like you can take pictures of things. So let me just like grab my AirPods. If you take a picture of something, you can use like Google Lens. Let's see if we can get a good picture. Hop into your pictures and then at the bottom, if you tap on the screen, so you have to tap on the screen first, you'll see this option right here. The third option, you want to click that. And that's a Google Lens. And what it'll actually do is try to find whatever you took a picture of and give you like some options to see it online. Now, it doesn't always work, as you can see. Let's see if I can take a picture of my A6000. See what we can find. Okay, so it found a handbag out of a Sony A6000. So it's hit or miss right now, but it's one of those things that should continue to get better. And I think you can actually like take a picture of text or like phone numbers or whatever. I just want to try it. Let's try that with like the map. See if we can just take a picture of South Atlantic Ocean. Just click this, and it didn't find it. So it's like I said, it's hit or miss. One of the cool features that was brought to the Google Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL is this squeeze functionality borrowed from HTC and the HTC U11. And on the U11 is way more convenient because you can actually map it to do different things natively, like open your camera, your flashlight, open a specific app. But here you have to, it only opens Google Now. So you just squeeze the phone and boom, you'll have it come right on. It'll start listening to what you're saying. It doesn't give you like a volume feedback or anything, but the good thing about it is you have a vibrational feedback. You just will have to feel it when you're squeezing the phone, and you do have a visual feedback. So this is nice instead of always having to say okay, you know, or hey, you know, and looking crazy out in public, or just it just gets annoying sometimes. One of the nice things about the Google Pixel 2 is that it has a rear-facing fingerprint mount or scanner, and while it does get rid of the convenience of being able to, you know, if you have an iPhone, you know, you're used to just pressing on the home button, look at your lock screen. So this kind of like simulates that, and you can, let me see, you can just double tap to get to it, but you can't actually But you just double tap to get to your notifications. So it's a little bit more of a step than just pressing the home button and seeing what you have. But one of the good things about having this rear-facing fingerprint scanner is that you can just swipe down and get to your notifications and your quick settings instead of having to reach, all the way at the top of the screen. So you just swipe down and it comes down, swipe down again, and you have full access, and then you can just swipe up and it gets rid of it. Now that is off by default. In order to turn that on, you want to go into your settings and let me see. I usually just search for things because it's a little bit easier. So if you just search for gestures, it's going to be located under systems, languages, input and gestures. So you just go here and let's see where it is. Okay, under gestures we have swipe down, so you can, normally it's going to be off, so you just want to go ahead and turn that on. Active edge, if you want to go ahead and change the sensitivity, and when you're setting it up, you're going to choose the sensitivity if you want to do a light squeeze or a very hard squeeze, but I suggest to have it somewhere in the middle. That way you don't trigger it too easily, like when you're taking it out your pocket, and it's not too hard to the point where, like, you got a death grip on your phone. And you can have the option to allow it while the phone is off, and then when phone calls are calling, or when people call you, you can silence the call. Haven't used it for that. But what else is cool about this Pixel? I mean, it's not too many software features. It's pretty smooth, but this is, stock Android, so there's not gonna be a lot of different features. In the Google Pixel, you can swipe left for like Google Now and just information and cards and all of that type of good stuff. But I mean, that's pretty much it when it comes to features. It's really just the active edge. Like I said, swiping down is nice. It does have the front firing speakers, and I did do another video that you guys hear the audio quality coming from the phone. The camera is, is dope. It takes excellent, portraits on the selfie, on the regular camera. It takes nice like pictures in the daytime, like HDR plus. Videos are okay. The stabilization is really good, but I did record another video on the iPhone 10 on this. It was a little grainy coming from the screen. Oh, you know what? So this display has taken a lot of like flack because and I actually had like night light mode on. So let me just do a couple things. So this is really dark, as you guys can see, this notification shade area, and this is customizable. If you just click this little pencil, you can just drag the tiles on of new things and move it all around however you want to do it. But this is dark. This is not dark by default, but it does change automatically depending on your wallpaper. So I have a dark theme wallpaper on here. So if you just hold on the screen and go to wallpapers, and let's just go to like a nice bright wallpaper and click set wallpaper, and we go home. Now this is gonna be this shade of white, and it's gonna be nice and clean. I mean, same setup. It just looks really nice. That is a lighter color. So depending on what wallpaper you use, you can either have like a dark theme or a light theme, and that's pretty cool. Now Google took a lot of flack for like the colors being particularly muted and not looking so great, but that's mostly on the XL version. But I can tell you that like this doesn't look that like fire of a display. In my opinion, like, I don't know, I kind of like LCDs better than LEDs. I don't know why everyone likes LEDs so much better. Like, yeah, the blacks are better, but it's not a color. And I don't know, I just like LCDs on the past iPhones and HTC phones the best. The only LED that's like, you know, dope and the best screen is the Samsung screens. In my opinion, the S8 is hot. The Note 8, you know, S7, all of those, they have the best screens by far. And I know they're LEDs, but nobody else's LEDs look the same. And that even goes for the iPhone 10. It's not as good. Even though Samsung made it, you know, they're not gonna give them the best fine tuning that they will put into their own displays that they're using on their phones. But real quick before my battery dies, I wanted to show you Google pushed out an update that you can change like the colors on, you know, the Pixel 2 and Pixel 2 XL since it took so much heat. So natural is like the regular color that you're gonna see out of the box, and this is how the natural looks. And let me see if I got closer for you guys, if you guys can see. If y'all can see any like major differences, you know, let me know. But this is natural, and then this is saturated. I mean, noticeably I can see like the saturation, especially in this red color here. And then if we go to boosted, which is the one I've liked the most, it's like a little bit more muted than the saturated one, but it's a little more saturation than the natural one. So, I mean, that's just how it is. And then this is how the text looks. Like, it's just not tap sharp to me. So, I just would have liked to, I think the screen could have been better, especially for $650. It definitely could have been better, but I mean, it is what it is. Let's see. Now this is on the Google Pixel 1 and, you know, these Pixel 2s, and then you can get this using Nova Launcher, but you can like hold down on a particular application, and like this is kind of like their version of 3D Touch, but it's just not as good. But if you do that, you can, like, for example, on YouTube, now you can see your trending, subscription, search, and then with this like hamburger menu, you can just hold it. Let's try that again. You can drag it out. Come on. There's a way to drag this out and make it like part of your home screen, and for some reason it doesn't want to work. Maybe they got rid of that in this new update, because before I would just drag this. There we go. All right, it's just kind of difficult to do on this small screen, but like for maps, Google Maps, you can, you know, have your home and your work set up, and then, you know, hold it. I still can't even get it to work again because the screen is like, it's really small. There we go. So subscriptions, I can click on that. It'll take me straight to subscriptions. So that's pretty cool, pretty neat. And that's pretty much it for the Google Pixel 2. Honestly, I'm finding it pretty boring of a phone. The camera is really good, but the phone just doesn't have too many features. And I mean, it feels good. It feels really kind of cheap, but it's really light, and doesn't feel like if you drop it, it's gonna break. Like the, you know, glass back phones that are out. You know, we have glass at the top and then some metal at the bottom that's textured. I mean, it has a great, you know, looking design. It looks nice in person, especially from the back. The front, you know, leaves things to be desired, but it's really not bad. Like the whole chin thing, like, it's people blowing it out of proportion. I understand that's the new trend of phones, this bezel-less or near bezel-less displays, but this isn't that bad. It's still pocketable and good if you have smaller hands and don't want like a gigantic phone, but Yeah, that's pretty much it for the Google Pixel 2. If y'all have any other questions, you know, drop them down in the comment section below. Make sure y'all go ahead and share this video. Trying to help the channel grow a little bit. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel for some more videos. And it's your boy Tay signing out again. Peace.